Well, how are the markets anticipating the prospects of this tough austerity? We can go now to Manuela Saragossa. She's on the trading floor at CMC Markets in the City of London, Britain's financial centre. And Manuela, how are the signals from Westminster being received by traders?
Well, I'm surrounded here by traders who are pretty much glued to their screens, banks of computer screens, and lots of red flashing up on around me. The FTSE 100 share index is about 1.5% lower at the moment at 52.15 points. The pound also slightly lower against the dollar. It's buying $1.47. This budget is expected to be brutal in its attempts to slash spending, as we've been hearing there, and the markets are slightly nervous ahead of that. But, you know, the government here has to send out the signal to the world that they have their finances under control. I've got Michael Hewson, market analyst here at CMC Markets, here with me now. Michael, we know this budget is going to be brutal, but just how brutal?
Well, the markets, for George Osborne, this is going to be very much a credibility budget. He's been in power 6 to 7 weeks, he's had a chance to look at the books, and now he needs to send a message to the markets that the UK is serious about cutting its fiscal deficit. Brutal. He needs to bring debt to GDP down to around about 2 or 3% by 2014-2015. It's currently around 10.5%, 11%. So he's going to need to have a balancing act between raising taxes and cutting spending. So he needs to take the rest of the population with him. And one of the things that he may well do is raise the personal tax bands up. Maybe a bank levy, maybe a rise in capital gains tax. He may also raise VAT. So he's going to upset a lot of people, but the message he needs to send to the markets is we're serious about doing this. It's going to hurt, but we'll get through it.
What about this concern that a lot of people have that actually this could really scupper a very fragile economic recovery that's taking place here in the UK, that spending cuts could be just too deep?
That is a concern, but you then have to set that against what's happening over the other side of the channel in Spain and in Greece. If you continue to spend at the rate that we're spending, the markets will impose fiscal discipline on us. So growth will take a hit, but it's better to deal with it now than take a bigger hit later.
Okay, that was Michael Hewson here, market analyst here at CMC Markets. So we're waiting a tense hour, I think, until the Chancellor of the Exchequer, George Osborne, starts announcing his budget cuts ahead of there.
Manuela, many thanks. Manuela Saragossa, our business correspondent down there at CMC Markets in the City of London.